What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Colaeb Innovation Conference. Super excited to feature the one and only Jay Swiffer. How you doing today?
Hey, alive and well. What's going on?
Good, good, good. So, for those who don't know, you've had an extensive career in music, spanning a couple decades. Um, you've been described as the ultimate wild card. So, what does that mean to you personally and artistically, especially growing up in Columbus, Ohio?
That's a good question. I think like the wild card is always like an unexpected type of you playing the deck of cards, you throw it out because I kind of feel like that's kind of where I always came in just from my art level. You know what I mean? Even when I started doing art before music, so it's kind of like the unexpected, and you really don't know um how I'm going to approach it, which I like to keep it like that way. I like to keep the curiosity, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What are some of your influences that you had growing up when you were in high school, things like that? What inspired you?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
For real, I thought I was about to be in the NBA though, like every other Columbus person that was like 5 foot. We thought
Yeah.
we all thought we was about to go to the league. Uh, my dad's a musician, so like I wouldn't be making music without him. He had all the equipment in the basement, so and then for real that, and then like going when I used to go when going to church, there was a bunch of MCs at church, bro.
Wow.
This is freestyle ciphering outside the church after church was over. So
Was it like clean? Like no cuss words or what was going on there?
it was a couple, but you had dudes that was coming just from wherever because our church had the girls. Like I was younger, but like they used to come to see like it was a youth group. So, but nah, I after church it wasn't clean, so it was kind of cool. If you ask me. I got a
That's
taste.
awesome.
I got a taste what would be like on BET. Like, oh, okay, we got ciphers here. Like, it's happening at church though.
Hmm.
My parents started letting me venture outside a little bit more, and then I started seeing everything else.
And what kind of music does your dad play?
Um, he does smooth jazz, but he does a little bit of everything now. Like he started off doing like just kind of funk stuff in the 70s, and then my dad had me and my sisters, and he wasn't able to really concentrate on music like that. So um, I think when it came to like we were older, he started playing music at churches, started being like the head musical director. And then that last the big one was the youth group. So he did all the music for the youth group. And then yeah, now my dad does trap, hip hop, lo-fi, K-pop beats. That nigga make everything. He comes to me like, hey, what you think of this? You think of this? Think of this? I'm like, all right, bro, he got more music than me. I've been trying to work on an album.
Wow.
My dad has
Do you
music.
guys
He has music on TV shows now. Like I'm really proud of my dad. Like he actually is a professional musician. The first one I know ever. So I put respect.
wow. What's the name of his group? Want to give him a little plug here?
Urban Jazz Coalition. If you're from Columbus, I'm sure you know where they are.
Yes, yes. Um, so my dad's actually a musician too. He was a part of a reggae group, Identity. So we have a little bit of a synergy in that.
Yeah.
Um, I grew up playing bass, orchestra, and then I turned to the electric bass. Um, but at what moment did you first realize that music was going to be more than just a hobby for you?
Um, I think hmm, probably like high school, I think. Um, I was already like doing shows before I got to high school and stuff, just doing like um on some gospel rap stuff. So I was like, but I was already on stage. And then after that, high school, I just started kind of doing whatever. But um, yeah, I think when I stopped doing sports and like really I bought like I got a, I got a manager because before I was using my dad's machine, but then I got a manager and bought like a beat machine off of him. It's called an ASR 10. And then I think once I bought that and had my own equipment, I kind of focused on just making music like all the time. So like I kind of quit everything like soccer, basketball. I quit band. Like my dad was really mad. Like you quitting band? Like I didn't do nothing in high school but rap. Literally, anybody that knows me from is the thing they would say, but it's kind of just stuck with me for real. Like probably since like 14. I mean maybe 13. 14 I got real serious. I say probably something like that.
So
Yeah.
then we so then we transitioned to, the Fly Union Monkey Wrench era, right? And I'm wearing the Greater Than Club hat for those who were familiar. At what age did the Fly Union group come together? Um, because that really became a staple in the Midwest hip hop scene. So, what do you think made that collective so special?
I think Fly U was like '07. Oh, I mean, first time when people started seeing it was probably like '08. Um, I think I could be wrong on the timeline. Probably like '06, '07, because we had put out a project called Kill Fly You, and that was with the four of us at the time, which is Veda, Jero, me, and Eyeball. So that was the first that if you were like really in Columbus, you used to see us just in the streets, just selling CDs like for like $10 on High Street, just posting
Wow.
like those were the days too. You think about it, but like like we were already kind of like this is Mikey Ranch, this is Veda, this is we already kind of had this idea of a label, but um, I think like the people once people heard it, they were probably I think they were really surprised by the production of the music. I would say we were already good artists, but I think when
Mhm.
they heard the music, like, oh, this is kind of dope. Who's producing it? And me and Eyeball was kind of going back and forth. Um, so I want to say the music, the professionalism of the music, kind of put us on the map more than because once everybody was handing out CDs at that point, but if you popped art,
Yeah.
you tell a vast difference from everyone and who we're influenced by. So,
Yeah, no, the production quality is something that I remember. I remember I went to Bowling Green in 2007,
uh,
and we went to a party, and MGK and Chip the Ripper were performing, and Bowling Green, Toledo, that's pretty nearby. Um, and then I started getting into a conversation with other people about hip hop in Ohio, and that's how I got introduced to Fly Union because they were like, "Yo, you need to check out. You from Columbus? You need to check out Fly U." Um, get for folks who don't know, a little bit about Fly U. You guys, obviously, you ended up going on tour with Kendrick Lamar and Good Kid, Mad City tour. Um, what did that era teach you about collaboration, branding, and longevity?
mhm. That's a good question. I mean, it even took a while for the tour, like, and that was just like I'll get into that, but I mean, we started off as a group collaborating with each other. We figured, that was going to be the best way for everyone to show off their skills. And at that time, being in a crew was still a thing. Um, and I think once our music got on like Two Dope Boys, because that was like a dope community for artists who we were like, oh, okay, our music is sound like something that would get on here. And once we seen like the cool kids getting posted on there, I was like, okay, yeah, we got to get on here. There's no way they can. And lucky us, we kind of just knew someone who would I want to say his name's Trent. I can't, but like someone who knew someone over there, and we ended up getting like a PR. Um, when the PR worked in the early days, you used to be able to get a PR if you were good. You didn't have a lot of followers, so they could put you on a dope site and you can get some fans. You know what I'm saying? With
well, yeah, and for those who don't know, in that time, social media is if anything just starting off, so there
yeah,
aren't mega influencers or anything. So press releases were a big
Yeah, it's
deal.
crazy. It's not even a big deal anymore.
It's not a big deal anymore because anyone could just pay a couple $100 to end up on TechCrunch or Forbes. I think that's the issue. So these large media outlets, they don't really mean what they used to mean, you know. But I'll give a shout out to like Lyrical Lemonade and Cole Bennett and um, we have on the radar podcast, so there's brands kind of still doing it. Your Info Daily is a good one too coming up, but it's not what it was.
Yeah, I definitely think like I said, that early on in a lot of the collaborations we were doing were not all, but most out of love too. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that things have changed, but we were able to collab with people early on, like catch them right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's off the strength of honestly making some good music. I'm like I'm not saying I'm one of the only people that can say that, but it was really about making some good music, and we can get some people to collab. And then as far as the Kendrick stuff, that came off of um, us being managed by my homie Rod. He was just the person booking all the shows at MSU, and we was already kind of doing stuff. He's like, "Hey, I'm about to book Kendrick. He's opening up for Wale." We were like, "It's crazy." Yeah, he was opening up for Wale at the. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna bring him in." And then I think at the time Kendrick had Michael Jordan out.
Okay, okay.
Then we had TGTC out and some Monkey Wrench stuff out. And we already had music with like Pac Div, like a lot of West and Dom Kennedy. So they are like, oh
Yep.
yeah, we know who y'all is. Like, most people thought we was from the West Coast because we had all those features on there. But and that was, I can't remember what year that was, but that was early in his career, and that tour happened just a little bit way after, so it didn't happen right after that. So I hope that
Got it.
that was.
Oh, it does. And for
Yeah,
those who want to catch up, there's footage online. You could check out that era. Um,
yeah,
and
the blog era was definitely, I would say, critical for people who are like in our age group and who are putting out music. And if you could, when they talk about the blogger, they might not. I've seen the blog. I've listened to the blog era uh, podcast. They didn't bring us up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Which I don't really care because most of the artists with blogger either got signed or they stayed indie, or
yeah,
where you see them now still putting on music like me.
100%. I think that era, you know, shows distribution, right? Distribution. I'm in venture capital. There's a saying: the first time, founder focuses on the product, and the second time founder they focus on distribution. So when I think about that era, is the beginning of blogs, and there's a level of creativity. Right now, there's a lot of noise and stuff like that. Um, but that was a special era. You have Mac Miller, Big Sean, so many people. You
Yeah,
know,
imagine being at a party in Texas in like a little mansion and everyone's there. Big Sean, Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar, all Schoolboy,
yeah,
all just hanging out, chilling. Like, that was definitely an era, bro. Like, we never ain't gonna get that back.
it's
But
special. I think the collaboration in the community for what it was. Yeah, it'd be nice to see that more. But yeah,
I,
that's a
I
special.
do I do wish we had a little bit more collaborations with the couple people in there, but I started to figure out a lot of people had record deals that at that time where they were indie, and
Indeed, yeah,
like they were just they were not they weren't hopping on nothing, like, just because of NDAs and record contracts. But
yeah.
everyone
So you
everyone was there.
Yeah, so you said something about important. I think you said about the music and the production, just the quality. You're always focused on timeless, right? And I think that's perfect timing because here we are in 2025, and you have a song right now in NBA 2K26 from that you made what 12, 13 years ago,
So
right?
yeah, it
So
was like
yeah,
14 years ago or something like that. Yeah, like, I mean, me even making that beat, bro, like at my parents' house on floppy disk, finding a sample, burning it on CD, going upstairs,
wow,
making the beat.
wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy that, but that just shows you music. If it's, hey Maya, sorry, daughter.
Yeah,
Music
no worries.
going, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's dope and people still connect with that song, and it's once again like we were asked to if we would like that song to be included, so we were able to work that out.
Yeah. So you're known for just boundary pushing production. What's inspiring you sonically right now?
Um, that's a good question.
Other than your beautiful daughter, by the way, who just made a cameo, Maya.
Outside sounds, bro. Nature, bro. That's the real sonics. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking like musically, like um, I listen to like I mean, definitely a lot of instrumental stuff. You know, as much as I listen to hip hop, we can go all day, but like I love to listen to instrumental music, classical music, bro. This is somebody who has a kid now, so I be in a car riding. She like, turn
Yeah.
on that, turn on that. I'm listening to Moana. I'm listening to movie soundtracks. Like, I'm trying to get to that next level of music production mastery. You
Yeah.
know, like I can make a hip hop beat all day, but like production, like I'll be listening to like a lot of big production stuff. Like,
Mhm.
so like that's why when you hear my music, it's like, oh, it's like horns, it's like strings, it's like you know, I try to at least try to make it sound like if you go to my show, like you can tell when I make music, I try to think like, all right, if 5,000 people heard this, like, but this should be hard.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so if you catch a video of me making beats, I'm like doing all crazy shit. That's me getting into my little. That's the spirit of like that's Jay Swiffer. I'm jumping into that mode. You know what I'm saying? But um, I mean, Hove, old, old Yay, West Side Gun. If we talking hip hop, Tribe Called
Hmm.
Quest, Slum Village.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
That new De La Soul album's pretty
that's
pretty
all
incredible. Yeah.
and honestly, like listen to all the new albums like Mobb Deep, De La Soul, all like those are all beautiful albums coming from artists who are older than me, who really don't have anything to prove anymore.
Period. Yep.
Just for the love of the game, and who has done way, way more than me. Like I can't even, you know, what I mean, I haven't even been on the type of tours or anything they have ever been on. But like when you start to see people older than you who are still putting out good music, and sonically, all the music is still there. Just like okay, I know I still have something to say or have something to prove.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they tell black people that you can't make music past a certain age. I'm gonna just say that. Like, no, like at the end of the day, we could continue to create in our 80s. Like, what does it really matter? So I do think that that's something that you hear primarily in the black community that we need to stop.
I know a lot of people probably just like, especially like, man, I ain't gonna rap, bro. Like, what niggas will listen to me for? I'm 40, I'm 43. Like you got equipment at the house, bro, just sitting there. You rather, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think there are too many like there. I would love to hear what Andre 3000 thinks about Donald Trump at the end of the day, right? Like, so I think
He
there,
told you, he told you with the flute. You just got you just got to check. You got to channel there, bro. You got to channel there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
he is spitting though. He just doing it in a different way, but he's still doing music. You know,
yeah,
that's what I think. I was okay, but he's still doing music. Like maybe he just don't want to rap right now. And
yeah.
like the nigga does have raps. I'm not. I was like, I'm not buying that. He just don't want to rap. And I'm not going to make somebody who do. If you don't want to rap, then just don't rap. Cool. That leaves room for me, Andre. Cool. Don't let me.
Send him some beats. You got to get him. You got to get him back.
I can get him back. He good. He straight. He got beats. He don't need my beats. He can make his own beats.
Has your like over the years has your process evolved in terms of like creation, or how do you go about because I know when you're first starting, you probably had to go to a studio and everything like that. But how is as technology changes, how has that changed your your artistic process?
I've always had like a bedroom studio, so I've like I was part of that generation to where everything moved to the studio, like home studio. So like 96, 97, like probably like real studios, people started to kind of like, oh, I'm wasting money coming here. I can learn how to mix my own stuff, do everything in house, and that's what my dad has. So unless I was going to studios getting extra mixing, I've always had the home studio. I mean, like I said, back in the day, I used to have floppy disks. We have like 5 seconds of sample time to
Mm,
sample. So you gotta have drums. So you really had to be an innovator. So now I can think a beat. Literally, could be like, hi-hat, 808, melody in the key of 6A, blah blah blah. But is that creating? No, that's not really creating. That's like, how do you use it? But like now everything's sped up. Like now when I make beats, I can kind of like just with the waves and MP3s and like bouncing, like I can make it be less than 5 minutes. That's what I'll use in anything, but just everything I have within my stuff. So my process is like so quick now. Like I still keep my old ways to kind of still dial it back and still keep it that originality, but you still got to keep up with the technology. And I think just using everything as a tool and not just like as a here, this, and I think having your own ideas and then as I guess we're talking about AI, like inputting that in the AI, really, I think that is when I feel like you're creating, like, so that's just my take on it. But it's so quick now, like I don't have to waste a lot of time like I used to.
yeah, yeah. That's very interesting. From your perspective, just how you see AI, and kind of as we fast forward right now in this year, you released a few songs this year, Free, Set It On Fire, Nowhere. What we got an album coming? What's coming up right now?
Yeah, I'm dropping the album December 22nd. I won't say I was stalling it, but I was like, you know what? Let me just get it out before the year is up. Type deal. Already been putting out music and already been kind of just showing little videos here and here. So
Yeah. Now, for those who don't know, sometimes Jay will send me unreleased music, and then I'll get and then I'll get really excited, and then sometimes I post it. And, and then he,
hey, that's one thing you don't do to your artist friends is don't just be posting stuff.
so I've
Because
learned a valuable lesson.
it may not. Listen, they may love it, but you know. But go ahead. Sorry, I may cut you off.
No, I've learned a valuable lesson to not do that. So I appreciate you. But you sent me a song. I don't even want to. It's unreleased, and there's a feature on it. Will that be on that album too, as
No,
well? Oh, it's not. Okay, okay, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay, okay. So you've just in terms of business and music, you've essentially maintained independence while staying relevant. What's the toughest part and the best part of you know this doing it your way, essentially?
I don't know if I really know. I mean, it's definitely more of a long game. I say. Like I said, I think the history helps. I know where I've been or what I've done, and I just kind of think from here, just to keep being present and me like putting on music and just kind of doing the best I can. Like I'm not necessarily looking for a record deal anymore. Like I used to, be gung ho, like oh, gotta get signed and like gotta have these like certain things that when you start doing music, you kind of realize once you get them, you're like, oh, dang, that was just a loan. By the way, did we get any fans? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, like
Yeah,
you have to kind of ask yourself, like, okay, like, what do you really want out of it? Like, and what I realized, like, dang, I really love music. I'm still at that point where I am doing music for myself, um, which I would like to eventually start producing people. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of use my energy to help that facilitate that. But I'm also an artist too. I'm not. A lot of producers aren't artists. A lot of producers just produce. So I have ideas that I still need to get out. So that's how I kind of see.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think if anyone's listening, you dropped the instrumental project a few years ago, Timeless.
Mhm.
And I mean that's something that I play probably all the time when I'm in the office and I just need some good instrumentals. So Timeless by Jay Swiffer. Um, so you have an album coming out this year, December. Um, what do you want folks to resonate with, and then and what can fans see coming for you in 2026?
Um, you can definitely see the kind of what I've been on since because I live basically in the country now. I feel like I've been forced to make music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not too much to do where I live, but I feel like as an artist, like that's where you take the power. Like, hey, like you know what I'm saying? But you can hear the vibe of the album where I am. You can hear the increase of the music production and in the writing. Definitely writing more. Just a dope project. I feel like I dialed it back to kind of move people forward a little bit, so I can in 2026 you can kind of hear what basically what I'm working on now. What I'm doing now is recording. I'm an artist that I mean I record so many songs, but you know, I would definitely keep pushing it forward, especially for the music, but definitely more music and just kind of more, in your face.
Yeah, love it. Well, I appreciate you, Jay. Super looking forward to the project, and thank you for your time. And
Yeah.
make sure let
Palo
folks know where they could
Santo,
find
Palo
you.
Santo, December 22nd. Um, maybe I'll have some vinyl in the spring. So, merch, all that stuff. Be on the lookout. But other than that, man, stay tuned to the music and jayswiffer.net and jayswiffer Instagram.
Appreciate y'all. December 22nd.